I'm really curious too to learn more about your journey and specifically about how you're able to make a career from merging your passions, which is really amazing.
It's a lot of time juggling. I would say that's like the good majority of it. I think it's forced me to confront the fact that I am terrible with time management, but it's helped me improve lots in that very sense. So I think the most important part of this journey in terms of when I was first starting it was kind of realizing that it was okay to feed a passion that was not necessarily a profession at the time, because the profession at the time was music, and photography was the passion. It's okay to feed that passion slowly, and that you can't compare your success or your skill level and your accomplishments to something that you've literally been slaving away at since you were a kid. And for that, in order to improve, you would need to put in the same amount of time and patience and love into the passion to really nurture it into something that you can call a profession, but you need to make the time for it. So I would say I always put away 1 day a week to really kind of just play around and do the whole photography thing, while I would put my attention into music on the other days, because at the time it was, a much more of the only other big demand I had in my life. And then going forward, something else that I realized was very important for the journey was how to properly do project management. And it was something that didn't come naturally right away, but then you realize that you start needing to become quite proficient at making call sheets, organizing timetables, getting the communication straight, especially with teams larger than 3 people. I think if you have an entire film crew with you on that day or something, you really need to be on top of the organizational aspect. And that was very unnatural for me and quite difficult. But that was a skill set that I had to force myself to learn in the process. So I would say that's also a very important part of the journey. And then the other important element of that learning process through the journey was I would say the ability to kind of communicate and, meet and interact with all sorts of different people. You really have to be able to have a stranger in your home, essentially, make them comfortable enough to be vulnerable with you so they can start showcasing and becoming the characters that you want. Or you might get makeup artists coming in and you need them to be on the same page as you through a 20-minute meeting, So I would say that communication, people skills were also something that you had to really work on throughout the process. And I would say that's actually an extremely important part of the whole journey as well, because you can't get the, the things that you were envisioning previously unless you can convey them to everyone who's on your team and who's supposed to be cooperating with you. So that sort of team leader role is quite vital, even though it was very foreign to me at the time. So yeah, that was a little peek, I guess, into maybe things that were important in my journey as a photographer.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We would love to hear your thoughts or questions. Please let us know in the comments and review section, and we'll try to cover it in the next sessions. If you enjoyed this content, please share and subscribe for more episodes. For latest updates, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Art Focus Exchanges.